Hello, friends. I wanted to read you a story about an inventor. It's out of our Wonders book, and it's called Thomas Edison, Inventor. It is by David A. Adler, and it's illustrated by Sarah Snow. And while I'm reading this, I want you to think about the inventions that you know about and listen to what this guy, Thomas Edison, did. Sort of a chapter book. It starts with chapter 1. Young Tom Edison asked lots of questions. When someone told him, I don't know, Tom had one more question. He asked, why don't you know? He did lots of experiments to find out. Tom watched a goose sit on some eggs. He saw the eggs hatch, and he wanted to know what would happen if he sat on eggs. So Tom made a nest. And then he put goose and chicken eggs in the nest. And next, he sat on the eggs and found out. What do you think happened? Splat. Yeah. Young Tom also knew that birds ate worms and birds could fly. What if people ate worms too? Tom guessed that they would fly too. So he gave a girl a cup of chopped worms and water. Ew. The girl drank it and got sick, obviously, and she did not fly. She's probably very sick. Yes, that would make me sick too. Okay, then Tom Edison, the boy who asked all those questions and did those unusual experiments, became the man whose inventions changed the world. I want to know what else happened. Tom Edison was born in 1847. That's over 150 years ago. 170 years ago? Almost, huh? In Milan, Ohio, he was the seventh and youngest child of Sam and Nancy Edison. Sam had a lumber mill. Nancy had been a teacher when Tom had trouble in school. His mother became his teacher at home. Like homeschool, like you're doing right now. With all this COVID-19 stuff. Chapter 2. Young Tom did many of his experiments in the cellar of his home. He had lots of jars of chemicals. He wanted to keep people from messing with them. So to fix this problem, he had an idea. He wrote poison on each jar, and he thought that would help others, keep others away. And he was right. He wrote poison? Like an X and a skeleton? Yeah. There were often smoke, strange smells, and loud noises in the Edison home. It all came from the cellar and from young Tom's experiments. Tom needed money to pay for those chemicals and other things for his experiments. So as a result, he got a job when he was 12. Wow. And he sold newspapers and candies on trains. And then at 15 years old, he began to write, print, and sell his own newspaper for travelers. And he named it the Grand Trunk Herald. Tom wrote news of people that he met on the train, and he also wrote how he felt about work. The more to do, he wrote in his newspaper, the more done. Tom liked to keep busy. Tom kept very busy on the train, and he even set up his own lab in the baggage car. As Tom got older, he kept doing great things. There were no telephones at this time. Instead, messages were sent through telegraph wires. They were sent in code of dots and dashes. Tom learned the code. He got a job sending and reading telegraph messages. He found new ways to use the telegraph. Those were some of his first inventions. Chapter 3. I'm getting there. Are you learning all about Thomas Edison? I hope so. Okay. So when Tom grew up, he became an inventor, and he invented all kinds of things that helped people. At that time, burning gas lights lit homes and streets. Sometimes smoke from the lights filled a room, and sometimes fire from the lights burned a home down. Ooh, they didn't have electricity like you go and you turn on a light. They didn't have that. Well, Tom was sure he could make a better light. So he did experiments with electric light, and he had lots of ideas. His notes filled hundreds of notebooks. Hundreds of notebooks! Wow, this guy was busy. After more than a year of work, Tom did it. Wow, talk about growth mindset. He kept on working until he got there. He made a light that was safe to use. The electric light is the light of the future, Tom said, and it will be my light. Edison's lights were big news. People came from all over to see them. Once they saw the Edison lights, they wanted them in their homes too, and Tom's lights brightened the whole world. That's cool. Tom Edison spent his whole life making great things. The things he made helped people everywhere. That's the end. Hope you learned something about that. That was the most exciting news, that he invented a light bulb. Wow, that's pretty impressive. Have a good night. Bye.